Hey guys, my name is Troy, welcome back to my channel, and tomorrow is my birthday, so I thought I would do like a fun birthday book tag, birthday related video where all these questions are basically related to, birthday stuff like birthday cake, party guests, birthday presents. It's gonna be super cool and super fun, so I can't wait to dive into that. But I will say, if you guys want to send me like a kind email tomorrow, my email is troyreads@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you guys and like wake up to a bunch of positivity and also spend some time like replying to you guys. Like I just want to take a lot of time tomorrow for you guys, so yeah, if you want to send an email or watch some of my older videos to contribute to my watch time, like I would really appreciate that. And second up, my big announcement is for my birthday. My parents are buying me bookshelves, and basically I picked them out. They're coming soon, and basically you'll start seeing a bunch of fun bookshelf related content. Like I have a vlog going up of me like finding my bookshelf and reorganizing my room and like getting the bookshelves. I'm working on that, and then I have bookshelf reorganization where I take the books from my two bookshelves and basically combine them, and we're gonna have one big bookshelf that I can film at. It's gonna be super cool. Hopefully the bookshelves will look really great, and we'll have a really nice setup for my future videos. But yeah, it's been like really like a dream of mine to have like a really just a bigger bookshelf. Like I'll have like basically this size bookshelf, 5 rows, and then this doubled, so it'll be really big, and I cannot wait. But yeah, I'm so excited. That's all the announcements that I wanted to make. Let's get into the booktube birthday book tag. Alright guys, let's dive into the first question. 1. Birthday cake. A book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway. And so for me, this is kind of an interesting question because I don't really pay attention to negative things, and I guess cliche is like a negative word. But yeah, there's a lot of these that I picked I really love. I just don't think that they're like really original. But yeah, like the first example I'll say was like the Thomas Wildis and the Book of Sorrow series, which is like the first book that I kind of read this month actually, and this was actually sent to me by a publishing company, and I have to review that, and I'll do that in my wrap up. But basically I just really enjoyed this book, even though it's cliche. And the cliche aspect of this was that it was just like Thomas was like discovering that he had magical powers and he was special and he was even better than all of the other people that had magical powers. And I love those kinds of books. I love those like cliche kind of tropes where it's like, I discovered that I have hidden powers and that I'm like one of the most powerful people in the world. And it's just honestly really cool. I'll say at the beginning was slow. He was just reading this book and it was like, it didn't really relate to the story at all. But then when there's this huge point in the book where it turned, it got so fast and I was so invested. And just seeing like how Thomas got his magical powers and like how he was like learning them. I guess like the magical powers themselves were kind of original because like they were definitely different from a lot of other like magical powers, and I liked how authors differ from that. Like, he does some weird stuff called like summoning and like teleporting. I don't know, it's just really interesting, but it was a little bit cliche. And then next up, I'll probably have to say Keeper of the Lost Cities. Like just the first book. I feel like the first book is a little bit cliche because we have Sophie Foster, who is unique, she's not like other girls, and she basically finds out that she's a telepath and that she is, has magical powers. Again, I see this a lot, but honestly I like this cliche, I like this trope, and I guess that's why I say I still adore it. Really liked Keeper of the Lost Cities because it got unique later in the series, but it was almost exactly like Harry Potter in the first book, but still not a lot like Harry Potter. But like, she went to this magical school, she had magical powers, she discovered that she was the person that's gonna save the world, like just kind of like cliche stuff like this. But honestly, it's just so unique. It's almost like a spin-off of Harry Potter, but like it's really unique in its own ways, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's go into the next question. The next question is 2. Party guest. Your most anticipated book release for this year. And I'll actually go over a couple. I like to just do multiple for each tag, if that makes sense. But if I did have to choose, like my big anticipated release would honestly be the book 8.5 in the Keeper of the Lost City series, because Shannon Messenger, the author of this series, releases a book every year, and this year she's doing something really cool. She's doing an 8.5. She's never done that before, so she's doing a book in the middle of 8 and 9. We haven't read 9 yet, or we haven't seen 9 yet, but she's making like some sort of like middle book where she's getting 2 perspectives. So we're getting the perspective of Sophie, which we had this perspective of Sophie for the whole 8 books, but we're also getting a new perspective from Keith, which is my favorite character in the series, so I'm really excited about that. And she said that she's doing a lot of like cool, like I guess side stuff too, like bonus content, like recipes, maps, like so much cool stuff that's gonna really evolve the world. And then probably my other like anticipated releases was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but that was a really anticipated book release for me because I loved the Hunger Games series. I wanted to read the prequel and it totally delivered. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was so good. Sarah J Maas's House of Earth and Blood, that was a really anticipated book release for me. and also Cassandra Clare's what's it called? The Last Hour? I don't know what it's called. It's called Chain of Gold. Cassandra Clare's Chain of Gold, House of Earth and Blood, The Battles of Hummingbirds and Snakes, and Keeper of Lost Cities. So yeah, basically all the most like popular books. Alright, so the next question is birthday presents, a book that surprised you with how much you loved it. I'm gonna go think about this honestly. Okay, I actually picked out a lot of books for this question because I feel like the books that I don't expect to be good are the ones that are the best. So we're just gonna get through my stack. There's no particular order. I will say the first one, Welcome to Superhero School by Gracie Dix, which was sent to me by Gracie Dix, honestly did surprise me, and because it's like the author's debut novel basically. So like I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, but I was willing to try. And then when I got the book and I started reading it, I was like, oh no, this is not that great. But when it got to like a page, like I don't know how long it was, but there's this point where it really turned and it really got so good. Yeah, I feel like it really turned around, and I really loved it in the end. Sorry I keep looking at like the viewfinder, but my lighting looks so weird right now. So anyways, the next book is The Leveler by Catherine Durango, and usually I really don't like sci-fis, and I just picked it up because it was like what, like $2-3, and basically because it is skinny. But anyways, yeah, I just didn't think I was gonna enjoy it. It was sci-fi. It was like built around this like virtual world. It was like about like a mystery within a virtual world. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I ended up really loving it. It reminded me a lot of Ready Player One, and I don't know, it just gave me like really cool vibes, and like just the way the virtual world was set up and like the way the game was played. I really enjoyed it. And next up, we've got The Explorers, The Door in the Alley by Adrian Kress, which is the first book in a series, and I really didn't think I was going to enjoy this either. Again, I bought this because it was $2 or $3. It wasn't much more deep than that. I honestly probably didn't even read the summary. But yeah, honestly, after reading this and even reading the blurb, like it looked like a children's book, but I just really enjoyed this adventure. I read it like in 3 hours on my 24-hour reading vlog. It was just a really good, I feel like. Okay, next up, we've got Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and this is like a story from like 2 years ago. But basically my friend kind of got me into reading this. Like she kind of like just forced me into it because she wanted someone to talk about it with, and basically like, yeah, I kind of was reading it and I was like, I don't know if I want to read it. I looked at the cover, I was like, I don't know if I want to read it. But you know, don't judge books by their covers, even though we all do, because this book was amazing and the series was amazing. Like I know this is not an appealing cover, but seriously, it is such a good story. The main character is literally the most kick-butt person you'll ever meet, and just the world and the magic system and the complex political war and secrets and plot twists. Oh, love it so much. And then next up, we've got Scythe by Neil Shusterman, which is another unexpected favorite, and I didn't really expect to love this as well because it dealt a lot with like death and like immortality and ethical stuff, and I don't know, like that's not normally something that I really enjoy, but like this book has just delved so deep into really like these topics, and I loved that. And as well, it just has so many great quotes and so many great narrations, and also just the story itself was amazing with plot twists and complicated stuff as well. And you can just see like I marked some pages because they were literally the best pages in the book. I was twisted up. And last up, we've got Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I did not think I was going to enjoy this, but somehow you guys managed to make me read it because everyone kept recommending it to me. Everyone has probably read this book, to be honest. And I don't know, I just really hated the cover. It looks like more of like an adultish cover, and I'm sure that's been like a marketing point for Marissa Meyer. Like, I don't know why she would put like a high heel, I don't know. Anyways, my point is that I just really ended up loving this book. The sci-fi fantasy element to it was really good, and I just loved the characters and the story and just, you know, this new world that we get to dive into. Okay, so the next question is the Happy Birthday Song, and that is a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. And I actually picked out a few. As always, I'm not trying to like make this video so short, so basically I just picked out a few. The first one being The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is a hugely hyped up book, just the whole fandom, a lot of people are obsessed with it, including myself, and so I just feel like it deserved all the hype it got because it's such a great story. And seeing like the next books, especially, I feel like if you just read the first book it wouldn't get as much hype, but like having Suzanne Collins write 2 more books that were literally life-changing and motivating and emotional and inspirational, it really like made it get all the hype it got because like it was such a powerful series. Next up, we've got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and basically this series was super hyped up for me, and honestly like I had been wanting to read it because of the hype, and honestly I feel like the hype was well deserved, and Holly Black's writing is amazing. Just the story was totally totally creative and like unique, and honestly it was just so fun to read from. And it also had like a political aspect to it, which I liked. I don't normally like too much politicalness within it, but it was really great. And then of course we got the classic Harry Potter. It deserved the hype it got when it started. I feel like it's losing a lot of hype now because of the author, and I don't really like that, because this book is really good, so we shouldn't lose sight of that, but we should lose sight of the author. But yeah, this book does deserve a lot of the hype it gets, and it's just such a magical experience and magical story. J.K. Rowling should have been killed in the final Hogwarts battle, but like, I ain't saying no much more than that. And then like second to last, we got A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, which was another really hyped up book, and another reason why like I found it. And I also buddy read this with Lily the Bug Nerd. That's really cool. And yeah, it's a really great book. It's such a good twist on the original Beauty and the Beast. I've read a lot of Beauty and the Beast retellings, and this one is just so unique. And then also, speaking of Beauty and the Beast retellings, we got Sarah J. Maas's books. This is a Cinderella retelling. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. This Beauty and the Beast retelling is like the best Beauty and the Beast retelling in the world. It's probably better than the Beauty and the Beast. And then we've got Throne of Glass, which is another really amazing series. Like, Sarah J. Maas deserves all the hype she gets, honestly. Her writing is amazing. Alright guys, the fifth question is Happy Music, a book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. And I've already talked about all these books, but I still want to go over them because I don't know, I've just been doing a lot of digging into quotes recently, and if you want to check out my best book quote series, I'll leave the playlist up there, because it's a really cool new series that I'm doing, where like I'm discovering all the book quotes from all my favorite books and stuff. And basically this really helped me answer this question. And basically the first one I actually want to say, and it's probably the most unexpected, is Keeper of Lost Cities, because honestly, like, the quotes in here, I've used probably like 10 quotes in the series that I'm doing, or maybe like 8 quotes, but I just feel like I keep talking about Keeper of Lost Cities because the quotes are so amazing. Like, the way Shannon Messenger weaves in so many great lessons and memories is amazing, and I feel like her writing is just really, really, really powerful. And even though it is like a totally like unrelated, not like a beautiful, memorable book, it does have some beautiful, memorable quotes. And then next up, we've got Sarah J. Maas's books. Her books are super inspirational and motivating as well. I feel like she writes in some really good messages and themes, and some of the quotes are just really, really beautiful. Like, I feel like her quotes are the most memorable. Like, I can remember them, like, only you can rattle the stars, or like, only you decide what breaks you, or like, I will not be afraid. Like, all those really memorable quotes from her series. And then last up, I also have to say Scythe by Neil Shusterman, because like between every chapter there is this like kind of like short blurb on the side, and like it's by different scythes and stuff, and I feel like those contained a lot of like really, really great messages and quotes, and taught a bunch of lessons. And that's why I really liked that book. It was not because of like just the story, it's also because of those lessons and messages and themes, and like the diving into those like ethical topics. I'm really trying to speed up here, I'm trying to talk fast, but we got 2 more questions. The next one is Getting Older, a book that you read a long time ago but you think you would appreciate more if you read it as a more mature reader. And I don't really like this question, to be completely honest, so I'm just gonna kind of change this to like, what book would you enjoy more if you read it when you were older, just to make it more short and sweet. And I picked out 2 books for this kind of prompt, and basically it is the 2 like biggest high fantasies in my collection, and like the most rich and detailed books, and that is A Wizard of Earthsea, Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, and We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Fazil. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, basically these 2 books are really, really detailed, high fantasy, rich with like details and fantasy and magic, and like really complex ideas that like I can't quite understand yet. So I feel like I would enjoy more of those if I was a more mature reader and a more older reader, just to have like my comprehension be better, because I feel like I didn't enjoy both of those, and I just don't feel like I'm ready for that type of writing, that old, rich, detailed writing. Alright, and the final question is Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period of your life. And honestly, the first kind of obvious choice in relation to this is going to be Harry Potter, because this is what really kept me going through quarantine, because I remember that was a super demanding period, honestly. Not the first 2 months, because for the first 2 months I was really enjoying like quarantine and like being at home because I'm an introvert, but like after being like in quarantine for what, like a month and a half, I was like kind of just like getting a little bit more like, I don't know, like sad, tired, exhausted. And so I don't know, I feel like Harry Potter was like a really huge way to like push me through that, and I was able to just escape into the Harry Potter world, and I was able to read the full series of Harry Potter during quarantine. I've never read the full series before, and I can say that I enjoyed it so much, and I really really feel like this was a good escape for me. And then just like, I guess the last would be probably Keeper of Lost Cities. Not in a direct way of like helping me, but like, if you know, I do have my second channel or called KTLC Fanbase, where I talk all about this book series, and I've been doing it for 2 years, just talking about this series with my channel and talking with all the commenters and audiences and stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like this has kept me from a lot of like sad times as well, because like I've had my channel and I've had those people watching our channel to back us up and support us, and I don't know, I just feel like it's been so nice having like a platform to speak on that series. And I don't want to talk too long about this, but like I just feel like both of those series really have helped me, and you know, through all the tough times. But yeah, that wraps up all the questions, thank God, because I've been recording and sitting here for so long and I want to just start editing. So yeah, let's get into the end of the video. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching again if you're here. Again, wish me a happy birthday tomorrow in the comments. Maybe write a comment to me tomorrow or send me an email again. I would really appreciate it. You can set a reminder if you need that. But I would really appreciate hearing from you, because honestly, I just want a really great birthday, and yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It's my birthday. Subscribe, like, and make sure to leave a comment down below. Leave a comment, it's my birthday, please. I'm gonna keep making that excuse. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of the video, and any warm wishes you want to send would be great. And I'll leave the last video up there as my best book quotes part 2, but if you haven't watched book quotes part 1, then go ahead and watch book quotes part 1. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's basically a series all about my best book quotes, and I'd love for you guys to catch that out. But yeah, I think that wraps up the video. Thank you guys so much for your support. Love you guys as always, and I will see you on Wednesday. And remember, the bookshelves are coming, a lot of bookshelf content coming soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, that didn't work. Bye. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining